And just because the BCS is over doesn't mean bowl season is over. We have a few more games this coming weekend on the 3rd and the 4th. It's Friday, January 3rd. From the famous Toastery Bowl. Here we have the Jacksonville State Gamecocks and the Drake Bulldogs. Drake is very much trying to make a statement. I don't think we should count the Ivy League for the Bowl Challenge. It's unrelated to anything. I don't think we should.
Just how small teams they are, or
just how few berths they have. They're gonna have an unfair advantage if they do run the table. Here we are. Jacksonville State on the field first. As what I said has nothing to do with today's game. We have Sun Belt and Missouri Valley team facing off. And we start with Jacksonville State. Why don't you tell us a bit about them, Danny?
Yeah, Jacksonville State started off really well. They started the season 3-0. Wins against Sam Houston, Lamar, and Utah Tech, but then had a bit of a drop-off. Lost to Arkansas State and South Alabama. Picking up wins against App State and Georgia State, but then lost 3 in a row against ULM, Louisiana, and FIU. They did bounce back by beating their two rivals, Troy and Kennesaw State.
Hold
their
that.
First season in the Sun Belt, right?
Yes, hold that thought. I gotta adjust the window here.
Jacksonville State, a team that's jumped around between conferences every single year of the 2KU.
They joined FBS in 2021 as a member of the SoCon. Actually, they did stay in the SoCon for a little bit. 2020.
No, they were first in the FCS, then SoCon, then the American, and then Sun Belt, and
very quick ascension for Jacksonville State. Yeah, they started as SoCon members. 2022 they started, I believe.
Yeah.
Then they jumped to the newly formed American. Almost won the championship, had a 10-win season. Lost out on tiebreaker to Charlotte. Then moved to the Sun Belt and gave, what was that?
After you're done, I'll give some breaking news that came out for real life.
They just moved to the Sun Belt this season, gave the Sun Belt West a run for their money. It's kind of an open game right now. Arkansas State capitalized, but there's a power vacuum with Louisiana falling off as hard as they have. We'll have to see who fills it. Is it Louisiana Monroe, as a lot of people are predicting, or will it be this Jacksonville State squad? You were saying, Danny?
Breaking news out of real life. Northern Illinois is officially a member of the Mountain West.
What? Now, what's weirder? That move, or the fact that this is not the first time something like this has happened?
That's going to be interesting to see, and I wonder, is Northern Illinois going to be a full-time member, or is that just football only? So I wonder what's going to be their other sports then.
Is it that Horizon League thing we had been hearing about? That was the prevailing rumor.
Potentially so. Let me just take a look around and see.
Gonna run in himself. Thankfully, I don't have to have my full devoted attention to this game, since it's not that big a... It's not that big of a championship implication type of game. Because we are T-minus 8 days away from the national championship. #1 Michigan and #2 Utah from Miami. Gonna air it. Has a man open. It's gonna be a touchdown, Jack State. And we have another gritty on our hands. And with a lot of the big moments out of in the rear view, what was your favorite moment of bowl season, Danny?
Ooh, that's really tough. We had an energetic Rose Bowl that was always fun to watch. We also had a lot of fun matchups just in general, including some rivalry games. I think probably the Rose Bowl would be my #1.
Yeah, it's definitely good pick. I think I have to agree with you there. What was the biggest upset you think we've seen both in all of both seasons thus far?
The biggest upset, I think. Let me just take a look again at some games. How about you say yours first, and I'll start looking around.
I won't. I gotta look around as well.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to
I think for me, probably the biggest upset, at least that I can think of, is Michigan State beating #21 Auburn, or USC beating #22 Oklahoma.
USC is probably the big one I'm thinking of.
run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now they'll run the draw. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
I'll end the first quarter. Jack State up 7-0. I think USC is probably our biggest upset we've seen.
The end of the quarter. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the
Just remember this, that Northern Illinois did something that Georgia cannot this season.
That's true.
to pick it up on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
The Mountain West should add Louisiana Tech.
Able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts
That would be pretty fun, though.
speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Get Louisiana Tech, Sam Houston, and New Mexico State from the CUSA.
Their first punt of the afternoon.
I think New Mexico State should join the pack. That'll be fun.
There, and they'll stop him at the 26. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on own.
Imagine that, Pac-12 champion, New Mexico State.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunity.
That's a basketball power right there.
Make them play the run. If you can get
If you have a conference with Gonzaga and New Mexico State in it,
guys to the box, more guys to the
San Diego State and
San Diego State's in there too.
First down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw, it's Huff. He finds his man. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important.
Another first down for Jacksonville State. They're working their way through pretty quickly.
Outside, you got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver of the middle of the field.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
That announcement does give me some ideas for next season's schedule.
Got it in the middle. It's Vaughn. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
And the Gamecocks have this offense rolling. From the gun, running
Scramble, stop.
And how about that interior
Scramble like an omelet.
stopping the run for nothing?
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and
this
DBs
body.
flowing. Just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw.
You're gonna throw it. It's caught.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Vaughn.
It's gonna be a 3rd and inches.
We're on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Bum, bum.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can
2 minutes.
on their lead before the break. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. To the air, it's Huff.
There's a first down with blockers. Steps over past the 30.
But what a good job by that front wall to
Dun,
center
dun, 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 dun.
for their running back. Lots of
The
good
Gamecocks.
stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get
So Eastern Washington, Idaho, Payne, Wyoming, Colorado State, Air Force, Nevada, UNLV, San Jose State, New Mexico State, UTEP, Hawaii. That's the 12 Mountain West teams right now.
and they wrap him up, but not before
Yep.
he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
La Tech, Northern Illinois would be pretty weird, but not the weirdest Western Conference we've seen. Hi, Big West in the 90s.
The running back screen in behind it. There was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
They march to the
Usually when conferences are desperate, they put Illinois teams on an island.
and he'll step
It's a crazy trend I've seen because it was the Big West in the 90s. It was the WAC. It was the WAC in the 2010s. It was also the Northeast Conference, like right now.
Super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make
Whoa, that referee went sliding.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Slide to the end zone. Incomplete.
He faced the camera guy.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds and can live to play another day here on this drive.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
So the actual Mountain West IRL. It's still New Mexico. UTEP.
They'll try to get it through the air.
This time to the end zone. Touchdown!
Wow.
He's got it. Touchdown, Jacksonville State.
They don't have Utah State. They have Colorado. They have Air Force. Wyoming. San Jose State.
Let's see here. I could actually get that list.
They should have Idaho.
They should.
And Jacksonville State in control near halftime.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
Go above and beyond. Bring up the entire Big Sky. Why
And the
not?
extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So it's a 73.
Yeah, so the real life Mountain West will be North Illinois, football only, UTEP, New Mexico State, or New Mexico, which is Air Force, Wyoming, Grand Canyon, UNLV, Nevada, UC Davis, San Jose State, and Hawaii.
Grand Canyon does not have football.
Yeah. UC Davis is currently a non-football member, but will be planning on moving up soon. When soon, we don't know, but soon.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the
So how many does that make for football? Like 8?
to find him in the passing game in a lot of different
4,
situations.
5,
That
6,
time,
7.
perfect coverage and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to
9.
It's complete. He steps out of bounds.
No, Hawaii's in there full time.
Montana, Montana State, Idaho.
Wide receivers, so many smart tight ends
Yeah,
nowadays
that works.
They know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone.
Or they could go this option: Idaho, Eastern Washington, Sacramento State.
Yeah.
Throwing on first down. That's caught. It's Williamson. Here's a timeout.
Or they really want to go bizarre, bring in the 2 Montanas. You got a 14-team conference right there.
The work done on first down. Let's see what they have on second down.
Yeah, you may as well.
He's right on target. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
If they add all those
gives his quarterback a good option to
if they add all those teams, they'll create a perfect circle around the state of Utah.
To the air on first down.
Exactly, they're surrounding them.
Take a shot.
Gonna throw it up there, incomplete.
And it falls in complete. But it could have been much.
They will soon attack.
The defender was right there.
Attack with alcohol and carbonated sodas.
Matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my
I don't get that reference.
go up and make a play.
Because Mormons.
Hmm.
Not this time.
He's looking for an open man on second down.
Throwing it up there. First down.
He's got it.
We gotta tell those Mormons to grab a snack and a glass of orange juice.
Here we go. And of course, there's going to be those people who are gonna say, "Oh, they gotta add the Dakotas now."
Understand where that first down marker is.
Someone's gotta do it, right?
First down marker. Get in there and get
Someone eventually has to.
We can't
Come
keep
on,
kicking this
go to-
can down forever.
Go to 16 Mountain West. Bring in the Dakotas.
They'd be at 18 outside of that because you have NIU and
Tight end. And the defense
Grand Canyon.
tackle, and that ought to do it.
I would say just North Dakota State and South Dakota State.
Books, time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, Reese. A first half spent in paradise, and in many ways, this Bahamas Bowl has
Which means
lived
either
up to
way,
its
Northern Illinois is still on an island.
And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver.
I think the closest team to NIU is like Air Force,
Wyoming.
Playing on Saturdays,
or is it Wyoming?
Sundays.
I don't know, either or. One of those two.
It's not UTEP, even though Texas is closer.
And I can't remember a college player with that kind of
Is that UTEP's closer to Mexico than it is to Illinois.
Send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Bahamas Bowl.
UTEP is probably closer to LA than they are to North Illinois.
Got things teed up and just about ready to go.
Which crazy stat, UTEP is closer to LA than they are to Houston.
I was gonna say something like that.
Here's the return. And the return
Right now, at halftime, as we enter the third quarter, it's all Jacksonville State.
line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the
I want to see some moves from the Southland and Northeast. I want to see them get crazy.
See, the Southland wants to stay where they are because they just like the regionality.
There are
Northeast,
teams.
I don't know what they're
There are teams in the area that could be regional from D2.
heels.
Central Oklahoma, Arkansas Tech, Harding,
Running back goes
Angelo State.
wants to fire on
controller disconnected.
just flying.
If you want to get crazy, or West Texas, if you want to get crazy, Hardin Simmons,
Isn't Hardin Simmons D3?
St. Thomas, I raise you.
Yeah, but they went to Pioneer, just non-scholarship.
touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
The give.
Look, they're about to get kicked out of their conference. Their conference is about to fold because they and Mary Hardin Baylor are too good, so.
And he's got the first down.
Nothing's off the table. Yeah, within the general area of like Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, within that area, there's teams you can add if you're the Southland.
There's also some teams in the WAC, but then it's gonna leave the whack in peril.
And that's not what we want.
Finally get him down
Yeah.
after a terrific pickup. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
It's so hard to defend both.
I have no idea what the NC is trying to do next.
Chicago State.
Kind of balance on offense. The defense
Yeah, but is Chicago State gonna be a full-time member? Or they're only gonna be just a contractual one, like could Chicago State in the whack.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game
And now, similar
land.
question for the MEAC: what are they gonna do?
Again, there's teams within D2 that are right there. Winston-Salem, Savannah. Well, Savannah just went down, but
Yeah, but wouldn't they have already gotten them considering they've been stuck at 8 for several years at this point?
Kentucky State, Virginia State. That one's been rumored for years.
Well, Chicago State is an HBCU, so you might as well just bring them in.
Just bring
Yeah.
somebody in, because
Yeah, the map's gonna be wonky, but you know what? It doesn't matter if you're trying to survive.
who doesn't let a little bit along? There's a throw deep, broken up.
And you know what? What about the Ivy League?
Good question. What about the Ivy League?
Come on, bring up MIT. It'll be funny.
Get MIT, NYU, Caltech,
John Hopkins?
Stanford.
Yeah. Does Stanford really want to be going to Clemson every year?
Why go to New York when you could go to New York?
Exactly. Why go to Syracuse when you go to New York? Why go to Boston when you could go to Boston?
In practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32.
I also like the little conferences getting new teams because that means we have stuff to work with. It's been a while since we had some good sauce.
By the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front.
But come on, Mac, bring up someone. You're already gonna be missing NIU. Might as well.
SI? Youngstown?
Illinois State.
And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but not able to get to the first down marker.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule.
What if we made SIU independent? Or NIU independent?
That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that.
That would be interesting.
They line up with some serious work to do.
That would be
if they
good,
want to
maybe.
convert this one.
That would mean we'd have to make another MAC team independent. J-Hop probably.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job.
Probably J Hop, considering they have like
Bigger
their own
aspirations.
thing. Maybe.
That is a time-honored
Or hell,
practice.
or maybe we could just boot St. John's into the MAC.
And a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're
Well, St. John's is already an American thing.
everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind
Up the middle for a first down to the 40.
I think probably J Hop would be the one to most likely leave.
Finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Not including like bringing in like UMass or something.
Establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football. Be physical.
Does UMass just put a thing down for the American?
So too did Grand Canyon for the West Coast Conference,
Guys, Jackson,
and they're gonna be joining the Mountain West soon.
here as we've reached the end of the quarter. And they've
I saw Mr. Beast in the back there.
3/4 of play.
Mr. Beast.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen.
From the 40, it's 14-0 in favor of Jacksonville State. I think another touchdown will put this one on ice.
To the ground after a short gain.
Gotta give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten halves of the
Gonna air it to the 20. Caught.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
The Gamecocks want to move quickly. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. And he laid the lumber to stop it from getting the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Smart move to keep it on the ground.
Gonna hand it off. Touchdown, Jacksonville State.
Take it all the way. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Let's go, Gamecock. They're gonna be dumped in toast. And they don't have the Jacksonville State one here because he would be. They should have him be celebrating.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner is stopped. Here comes the offense onto the field again.
First and 10.
Start the drive with a pass.
Gonna throw it.
He's got it. They'll
That's
get
gonna be a first down.
the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know,
Getting down to the wire on bowl season. Coming up next.
we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all
Coming up next, it's the First Responder Bowl,
drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
as we'll see Toledo taking on South Alabama. The Jaguars looking for their first bowl win.
Going up top on first down.
Gonna throw it. Caught.
Makes a connection. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Trying to find his man on first down.
Pressure's coming. He's gonna be sacked.
Sack.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
It's red hot.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to the tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
On second down, looking to throw. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Looking downfield.
On third and 32.
Throw to the sideline, picks up
Longest to go I think we've ever seen here. It's gonna be a 4th and 30. Slightly more manageable.
One more stop, and they're going to win this game.
down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down.
Gonna go for it. They have to air it up deep. Almost intercepted. It's incomplete, but that should do it.
The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll run the counter. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts it down.
And I'm a
They'll just let the clock run here. 21-0. We have another shutout on our hands. At the hands of Jacksonville State.
What?
It's on stream right now.
Toast. You know, as they say, all toasters toast toast.
They won't get the snap off, but that'll do it. Jacksonville State wins the famous Toastery Bowl, and for the second straight year, they've got a bowl win on their resume.
You know what they say.
All toasters toast famous toast. All right. Coming up next, it's the First Responder Bowl, Toledo and South Alabama.
Killer fish from San Diego. Wait, no, that's SEC. What are we feeling for Toledo?
I think their away is fine.
The regular ways?
Yeah.
And what about for South? For USA?
USA has a lot more to work with, I know. I like that interlocking SA helmet, South Alabama. Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Even?
That's...
Even Steven?
Yeah.
Even Spevin? Alright.
Let's advance to the game.
Even Steven.
Glad to have you with us from Dallas, Texas at Gerald J. Ford Stadium as a couple of teams square off in the Surf Pro First Responders Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Toledo Rockets taking on a team.
Welcome to the First Responder Bowl. We have the South Alabama Jaguars battling against the Toledo Rockets.
Here we are. This is supposed to be an indie.
Yeah, but we can't play Indy, so
Yeah, you can. Big Ten Championship.
we can't.
We did, though.
We had that played in Detroit, remember?
Oh, no, we did.
Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. And he takes this from inside the 5.
Yeah, for some reason we can't play conference championship games, folks.
Down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Toledo Rockets
Not where they're supposed to be, at least.
swing of the game. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls, you play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities
I learned something cursed from a friend of mine yesterday.
What about?
My friend is Polish, and he says that Polish people have pasta with strawberry cream.
Huh. I know they do pierogies with blueberries in them.
And strawberries with pasta.
My Italian friend is gonna have a field day with that one.
My Italian friend already had a stroke. Hearing that.
Showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll see if they can find some running room.
He's gonna run it himself. 3rd and 1. Let's talk about Toledo, who's on the field right now.
Holy Toledo. Man, where's Scott the Woz where you need him? But let's do talk about Toledo. Toledo started out the season really rocky. Started the season 2-2, losses to Kentucky and Harvard, by beating Northern Iowa and Davidson. They then went 1-4 in their next 5 games. Their one win was against Western Michigan. The losses to Akron, Northern Illinois, Ball State, and Miami of Ohio. Then they had 3 straight wins against Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, and Bowling Green.
And the Rockets are rolling down the field.
Down to Toledo, Ohio, we got everything that you need.
There's a Burger King down the road. Toledo, Ohio. Don't get killed here. Toledo, Ohio. Everyone's here, Dad.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Shout out to all the Wozniaks. This game blows.
With a pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Newton.
It's gonna be just short of the first there.
Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
The 7th play of this opening drive. They'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Fast motion from the offense. Looking downfield. It's Gleason.
Caught with no one to stop him until the 35. First down, Toledo.
Well, not down a distance. The quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him. So a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
The Rockets have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football and let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down.
Holy cannoli, Danny. He said the thing.
What?
Hand off from the shotgun. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30.
Holy cannoli, Batman.
They're setting the tone on this opening drive. 10th play coming here on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Catch in the middle. It's Newton. And he's brought down after a nice gain. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes. Nowhere to go.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far.
Still scoreless after one.
To run out of plays. 12th play of the drive coming up.
He'll throw it up there. Incomplete.
We're close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this quarterback's already taken a couple shots from the pocket. There's another one right there that affected his accuracy on that throw.
The relentless emptying of the playbook on this opening drive has now finally hit a wall. It's third and long. He wants it
To the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets!
Ow.
in the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets.
I mean, what a great way to start this game. Getting the football in the end zone, get it to your big play wide receiver. Nice job by this offense.
Yeah, David, it just seems like this offense came out with a sense of urgency, right? They're playing with great energy, and it seemed like everything they dialed up on. that
Almost
drive
robotic.
worked perfectly. Really nice rhythm, really nice flow, and they cap it off with a touchdown pass.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. They're lining up to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. The Jaguars offense has its first opportunity of the day. And both of these teams love to use the tight end, Jesse, and they do it very well.
Both of these quarterbacks know who their go-to guy is. It's the tight end, as you just mentioned, Reese. These guys find ways to get open, and they make their quarterbacks look good.
Oh, they make them look real good. Big, strong bodies can catch the football, can make plays after the catch. The modern tight end position just continues to expand.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver shows motion.
I'm getting old.
Pass wants to fire.
Gonna air it up there. It is incomplete.
Complete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
That's a great job by the DB playing the ball in the air. You see it all the time. DBs kind of get turned around. The wide receiver goes up and makes a catch. No, sir. DB, great position, knocks the ball down for an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Coming after it.
He's gonna be sacked.
Defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Third and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get it
Bum,
off.
bum, 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 bum.
Defensive line gets home.
This song gets stuck in your head, especially when you've been doing over 40 games.
Yes, sir.
The Jaguars decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck.
I think like in 2 hours, actually, the real life first responder bowl.
From the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He gets a block.
Between Texas State and North Texas.
Headed out of bounds after a short return. Guys, let's see what Toledo can get done
All
on
right.
offense this time. Reads it, fires complete.
Yeah, and tonight's the Duke's Mayo Bowl, where someone will be dunked in mayo.
First down now, back at it. Wide receiver coming across in motion.
Now we have to see that. Caught.
Caught. Close to the
Steps
mark.
out of bounds at the 22.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open
Yep,
like
where
that?
triplets are born, the throne awaits.
For the offense.
Senior awards the
There
deadly
was
fate.
the deadly fate.
To the air. It's
Give up your children, separate.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets!
Score! Touchdown, Toledo! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's
On a screen, nothing. It's all been Toledo thus far. USA's been shut down.
Rock's been soaring.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He wants to throw here on second down.
Airing it up there. There's your first big play, and he's got room to work. A defender blocked another. Can he make it all the way? Touchdown, Jaguars!
Take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Jaguars.
This is a receiver that is so good running routes. You never know which way he's going to go at the top of this route because he doesn't peek. He doesn't telegraph.
And as I said that,
Timing on corner routes is so
South Alabama's put themselves back in this game.
job getting it out.
You see a costly mistake right there. Defender stopped by another defender, and that gave all the daylight in the world. And off on another tab, I've done every single bowl season from 1978 to 1990. So if you wanted bowl season, I'll send it your way. Just pick a year and I can send it to you.
And after the extra
Sure.
cutting the lead in half, down 14-7. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass
You
to
gotta,
finish off a two-play
you know, pick a
drive.
year.
The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great
Man, this game
field
has been
position.
boring.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust.
Let's show you what, I don't have scores in yet, but let's show you what bowl season looked like in 1978.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. It'll be first and 10 from the
Logos are obviously not up to date, but, or not in date, but
He's looking to throw it.
Alright.
Catch in the middle, it's Stevens. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments.
Ooh, okay.
this is before there was a championship.
Answers on this possession, and now another first down. He's gonna pass. Feeling some heat. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Gonna run himself for a first down.
41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
I will post these into the server when they're actually finished.
You want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
And the Rockets come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man.
Gonna
It's Gleason.
throw it. Intercepted!
Grabbed by the defense. He was thinking big.
And a lucky break for South Alabama.
Give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
And that's just
Do they have enough time to make it?
number one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. That last drive really productive.
1990, an interesting year for 2KU because it was the last year before the Big East was a thing.
Offense to change too much, Reese. They
2KU's 1991, the Big East was a thing, and also Penn State joined the Big Ten.
Imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34.
Busting an eye open for a first down.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's first and 10 from just outside the 30. He wants to throw.
Caught inside the 25. Timeout, Jaguars.
Timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
That wide receiver on the outside is
First and 10 will hear it to the end zone. This game's about to be tied. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Well, that score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
And the receiver was able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and throw up the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
14 apiece. As we'll enter halftime, South Alabama reignited. Up and good.
Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass.
All right.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. That last drive was
1990 was the first year of the what we now know as the Pop-Tarts Bowl,
No, you got to be able to.
what was then the Blockbuster Bowl.
Especially in this game, if you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the middleman.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
This will likely be the last play of the half. Off the play fake.
Going on play action, he'll throw it. Has a man open, he'll step out of bounds, and that will be the end of the first half. This game is tied at 14.
We played 2 quarters here.
Which goes how quickly things can change.
Halftime update.
Reese, a first half that gave us some riveting moments, not to mention the dramatic and the unexpected. Just a dynamite start to the First Responders Bowl. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the First Responders Bowl.
The Rockets will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. South Alabama has it back to the Jaguar offense going to work. We are locked up to start the second half, and guys, you know what? In a bowl, sometimes
He's going to run it himself.
builds in a tight game like this.
I think that's why we were really anticipating this game so much. 2 very evenly matched teams with a lot of playmakers. We knew this thing could go either way. So for this offense right here, this drive, start off the second half, David, they need to put something together, really put pressure on the opponent.
And the thing I like about bowl games, man, is they're exciting. You go for it more on 4th down, less to lose, not as uptight. So
Oh, he's got all the room to work to the 45.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Lopez to pass. And then pressure.
Brought him down.
A sack for this defense.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. From the gun, the running back has
Runs it. to about the 48.
Solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense, they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The Jaguars will bring the punt team onto the field.
South Alabama will have to
This will
punt.
be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Rockets offense is back on the field. They'll run it from the gun. Spins away from the defense. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Give to the single back. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking for a man. It's Gleason. And it's incomplete on third down.
And on that third down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback and his intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up fourth.
And the Rockets will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon.
So Toledo will punt it right back.
Makes a move.
And South Alabama will basically be where they started last time.
That return at the 42-yard line. Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Snap from the gun on third down.
Gonna throw it up there as a man. Touchdown! South Alabama has the lead.
Jaguars! They take the lead with the 6.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Getting set for the point after. And the
Extra point is up and good.
on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. The kickoff unit about to go to work. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Guys, let's see what Toledo can get done on offense this time. Boy, 3 and out last time.
I gotta reconnect the controller here as Toledo trying to get back on the field. There we go.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Now on second down.
That'll end the third quarter. Toledo, for the first time today, has to play from behind. 21-14, South Alabama.
Strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Looking to throw, it's Gleason.
Gonna throw it up there. It is incomplete.
That one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
Now the defense will try to rise up on third and short from the 21.
They'll run it, and they will get the first down.
It's have enough for the first down.
This quarterback does an outstanding job in his preparation, watching film and understanding when he has to pull the ball on these types of run plays. Great job keying on the defender and quickly making the right decision to pull it and then go get north and get the first.
And the Rockets have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air.
Gonna throw it.
Tight end. Caught over the middle. It's
Another
good.
short grab.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole.
Gotta run away from the defenders. He will just throw it out of bounds.
There and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. Off play action. Snagged in the middle. It's
Short grab will make a 3rd and 7.
Get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving first.
And if you didn't
Listen.
know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you a huge 3rd down.
On 3rd down.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
No.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls into place.
The Rockets will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away.
As that punt is away.
And they'll get
That's about as far as they'll go.
return at the 27-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw.
Gonna throw it.
It's complete to the right.
Complete
Stopped at
to the 42.
but he got 15 yards on the play.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw.
Pump fake. Rolling, rolling. He'll get rid of it.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll throw again after the incomplete.
Gonna throw it.
He's got it down the middle.
Gain of 3.
Two
of the game.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. They're going to throw it again.
Gonna throw it on third. Incomplete.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep
All 1st and 10.
in this drive.
Caught on the sideline. Timeout. Rockets.
This offense needs to get
They're down a touchdown.
get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Minute 43 to go.
Identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Back to pass. It's Gleason. Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route run. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. He's looking to throw.
Gonna throw it up there. Has a man open. Touchdown, Toledo.
And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Rockets.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver, good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
The AT unit on the field.
And this game is tied.
Problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. They're trying
The pressure's gonna come. He's sacked.
and he can't find anyone open, and down he goes.
Stacked.
Sack here late in the fourth.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
To the ground with the back.
He's gonna be brought down again for a loss. 3rd and 22.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They go to the ground.
They're gonna run it.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And they're just gonna punt it and hope that we're going to overtime.
Enough to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. A fair
They'll get it from the midfield.
made just across the 50.
You can try for a field goal here.
Rockets offense is back on the field. There's still a little bit of work to do for this offense to get within field goal range.
Gonna throw it.
Right, so let's see
Oh, he's got room for the 40 to the 30. He's inside the 20. They can win it here.
Gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
how nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They've got this defense reeling it with the running back. A solid pickup there.
Another handoff.
Able to make the stop.
And I think this will be where Toledo calls the timeout and walks this one off.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. So they'll send out the
This is for the win.
all be decided right here. Win or lose on this kick. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll play it
Here we go.
try for 3.
Chip shot for the win.
Win. And
Holy Toledo, they're going to win it.
the upright on the chip shot.
And that'll do it from the first responder. Up next, it's the Cheez-It Bowl. Which team's going to wake up the cheesiest? Texas State or Missouri State? I'll do the intro here and I'll let you take over for a little bit because I got to step out for a moment.
What uniforms are you feeling?
For Texas State?
Yeah.
I like the gold, maroon gold.
Gold, maroon, gold. Okay, is that an option?
Yeah, just the home.
Yeah.
It's for
They don't
future.
really have- oh,
Yeah. I think just their regular is fine.
Even?
Yeah. Or actually, no.
I don't know. I'll just change that here.
It's Houston. Or Frisco would be the closest analog.
We could do that. Or what are you feeling?
I mean, I guess.
Joey cheat. Right. Yeah. Right. Start it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Orlando.
All right, which one of you woke up the cheesiest? It's time to find out. Cheez-It Bowl from Houston, Texas. Missouri State out of the Missouri Valley. I'm going to cap off this season with a big win. They are heavy underdogs against Texas State out of the Conference USA.
Taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, a team looking to put on a show. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis.
Texas State Rattled off a 10-win season in 2012. That was the last time the Bobcats got 9 wins. Can they get that here?
Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20.
And here we go. We first start off with Texas State. Texas State first started the season at 2-1. Their one loss was to Texas A&M, but they did beat Georgia State and ULM. They then rocked off wins against Morehead State, Memphis, but then had 3 back-to-back losses: Marshall, Southern Miss, and Rice. Then they went undefeated the rest of their games against UTEP, Liberty, Tulsa, and UTSA.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The Bobcats racing to the line in the hurry up. Give to the back. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He leaves it with his back. Nice move there. Gets it to the 46.
So, who here felt the cheesiest? Waiting to find the Cheez-It mask on the sidelines, but he does not want to be eaten yet.
Especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Bobcats will line it up on 1st and 10. They want to run it left here. Still running at the 40. Speeding down the left side.
And he's got a lane. Touchdown, Texas State.
Corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Bobcats.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start
Texas
fast,
State
they
takes
wanna
the lead.
establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And that is how you finish with a 54-yard touchdown run. They're just about ready to kick it away. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Didn't find any crease in
And
that kickoff.
Missouri State now takes the field. Let's talk a bit about them and their season.
As we take a look at our impact players
Missouri
for this
State.
one, what are you
They
looking for
started the
just
season
for
at
the
2-0,
identity?
wins against Tarleton and East Washington. Then they went 3-2, lost to Kansas and North Dakota, but wins against South Dakota, Drake, and Wichita State.
No doubt, they got to show up.
Then afterward, they went 3-2 in the season. Losses to Illinois State, Illinois,
Able to pick up
then racking up wins against West Illinois and Indiana State. Finally finishing out the season with a road loss to Chicago
Focused in on this running back.
for a Missouri Valley team.
Being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Gives it to the back on the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap
The uniforms are quite similar. Can't wait for next season when Missouri State joins the FBS, part of Conference USA, and then we don't need to download them.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Off the boot, looking for his man. Finds his big tight end. Tackle is made after the first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
They'll throw it on first down. Makes the grab. It's Williamson.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They're about to run a dirty half dozen
Come
plays
on.
this drive.
Missouri State short on the first down.
They're going back to the ground. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in.
Well, the receiver getting a little ahead of himself on that one. You saw him calling for the ball. He thought he was wide open. He thought that was going to be an easy catch. The ball finally gets to him, and he drops it. If you're going to call for the ball like that and call your shot, you've got to secure the catch.
Power football with the run. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up.
And that'll be the end of the first, where Texas State leads 7-0.
That's the end of the quarter. Texas State has the lead here. We played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass.
Now the first snap,
Coming.
he heaves it up and it's out of bounds.
Away on 3rd down. I don't think you can
Decisions,
give up on a
decisions.
play
What will you
like
do,
that.
Missouri State?
The punt team makes its way onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They'll leave it with him. Fighting off the defender. And he'll make
Got the
his
first
way
down.
out of bounds after the solid
I believe it's going to
pickup.
Texas State's
There's really no secret to
win
it.
here.
When this guy's running well, this offense is so very solid.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense is
This was
back
another one of the things we added in last minute.
Bobcats are in the hurry up.
You know, now we get to figure out who is the cheesiest.
Might as well give it to him again. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, giving 1.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's McLeod. All kinds
And
of
he's
room
got the
to
first
work
and a
out
big
in there.
hit.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
This offense is clicking. Literally everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing.
So both a Pop-Tart
This defense
and
right
a
now, they have no
Coke
answers.
Zero.
And the Bobcats will have it 1st and 10. The give from the gun. A
And got the first. Oh no, just short.
More than that. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
The Bobcats will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down here.
Sir
with
Sable
time
start us
remaining.
off.
One more play until the 2-minute warning. Here's the handoff. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Here's a great example of living to play another day. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass.
He's gonna. Oh, he should have ran for it. Should have gotten at least maybe the first time, maybe even closer.
They bring the punter onto the field now. Second time today they've been forced to punt. And the returner will be knocked down. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain
And
that
he's
momentum, right? Go back to what was
short.
working earlier on in this one, and to me that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
This offense has a second down play. Scanning the field, it's McLeod.
And he's got the first.
He's right out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the
This is
sticks.
certainly a game. One of the games of the game. In a game, certainly a game. Game is game.
Offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. He's gonna pass. Fires to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll immediately call timeout. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And the Bobcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Fox. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Makes the grab. It's Williams.
Oof, big hit.
Timeout.
Timeout
by
takes the
the
state.
offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender there closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
To the air, it's McLeod. Throws to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Wow, just short.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. decision here on fourth down.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Finds his man enough for the first. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
They're down to the 20, first and 10. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Fox. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
Timeout, Texas State, 4 seconds.
Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
And they're
here
gonna
on
just go for the 3
they'll
points.
Send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break.
Gives
Kick
up,
is good.
and it's good.
Offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Texas State leads 10-0 going into the half.
All right, we're back.
Hey. Certainly a game.
We're about to head to halftime. 10-0 Texas State in the lead.
So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
A first half that gave us some riveting moments, Reese. Not to mention the dramatic and the unexpected. Just a dynamite start to the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield.
Cheez-It Bowl, hold the cheese. Oh, Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, hold the citrus.
Moments have we seen on missed tackles
Cheeses
alone.
do have citrus in them.
Video game moves from
Do they?
the shiftiest players
Yeah.
in all of college football.
I don't know if that's true.
Let's send it back to Reese.
They only have like the chemical citrus in it.
Of the Cheez-It Citrus
Similar
Bowl.
thing to like Fruit Loops.
I've eaten Fruit Loops, and I know for a fact that there's no citric acid in Fruit Loops.
Kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the move from inside his 5.
Fruit Loops are weak.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. This drive
Yeah,
will
cheeses
over
have
to 50.
citric acid in them.
Off the play fake on first down.
Cheez-Its I can see, because cheese does use citric acid a lot of the time.
Got his man. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
They'll try to snap it quickly. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Every journey begins with a step. This offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast.
On 3rd and 2.
On the ground. He gets it
Stopped.
so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
On the move, it's Wilson. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I
Bringing up 3rd and 8 here.
And the Bobcats headed quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's McLeod.
On 3rd and 8. Has a man open. Past the 40.
And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as it gets him down at the 37.
Third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third short, what they like third medium, third long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
And another 1st down. Put him in field goal range.
The stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a 1st down.
That RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
The Bobcats are moving quickly down the field. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass.
I'm gonna be right back.
Well, and on these little push
All right.
passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
As Texas State's working their way methodically down the field. It's been the rush game that's been the main thing for them. And look at another big play from him to the 5-yard line.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse's showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
And the Bobcats have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run.
Stopped.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. That's the end of the quarter. Texas State has the lead here. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They're going to run it.
Handoff into the end zone. Touchdown. Bobcats.
Texas State.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Airing it deep, it is dropped.
Slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started.
They're going to lob it deep. Has a man open down the sideline, and they're going to end the shutout here. Touchdown, Missouri State.
Touchdown! Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a scintillating big play. 83 yards on the touchdown pass. So they've got the lead down to 10 here. A little more interesting as they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Flips it out to the back. On the move at the 30.
Still on his feet.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Back to throw, it's McLeod. Unleashes
Airing it up there. Caught.
right downfield.
1st down.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this, they'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Fox. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too? Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Letting the clock run on 2nd and 6.
Himself.
The keeper, and no one's near him. Inside the 10.
He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. No reason to rush here. You want to be efficient, you want to finish the deal, but you might as well milk that clock.
100%. Make it tick. The clock is your friend. You've got the lead. You've got the football in good position. Hang on to it and milk that clock.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They'll dial up the
On a handoff with blockers, gets a few more yards. Time out. Missouri State.
But this defense is taking some punches. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Motion from the offense. On 2nd and goal.
And there's your touchdown, Texas State. And that might do it. In an aerial gritty. To put this game to rest. In what might be, in their first season of Conference USA play, what might be their best season since the mythical 2012 season a few years back. Over a decade back now at this point.
Lining up to add another. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Offense getting set for first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got rid of it just in time. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Second down after that incompletion. He's looking to throw.
Gonna throw it. Has a man open! Would have been another giant touchdown, but he steps out of bounds.
Sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
A big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it first and 10 from just across.
Gonna heave it deep. It is swatted away.
DB right with him to knock it away.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops.
We have one more game coming up. The Dollar General Bowl. Austin Peay and Middle Tennessee.
Now the play fake.
Gonna throw it
He makes
out of bounds.
and he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They want to just keep throwing it.
He'll throw it to the sideline. Incomplete.
Way to avoid disaster.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
He's gonna be hit as he throws. Incomplete. And that will most likely ice it.
First down for this offense.
That was the last chance. 24-7 the score.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The give to the back.
First down.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Quarterback will take a knee. The defense can stop it one more time, but we are close to being all
And that should do it. That's it. Texas State gets a dominant win, 24-7 to cap out their 2024. And this is a team to watch for 2025 for sure. So now up next, our last game of the day, the Dollar General Bowl, Austin Peay and Middle Tennessee State. Whenever Danny gets back, is Danny you there? All right.
Then I know what I kind of want from this game. Unless I go to all blue.
Don't have a blue helmet. They have that silver helmet.
I think it's good enough.
Former Ohio Valley foes reuniting.
Go with the regular reds.
I was going to say black helmet.
Alright. Even?
Yeah.
Defenders. There. It's gonna be like an evening game. Go.
Alright.
Alright, I'll be back again. I just wanted to pop in for that. I'll be back in.
Welcome to Mobile, Alabama for the GoDaddy.com Bowl. One of the greatest names in bowl history is we have Ohio Valley Conference foes reuniting for the first time in decades. Austin Peay and Middle Tennessee.
A good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, a group looking to make a statement.
Austin Peay in red,
Davis joined here in the
Middle Tennessee in blue, and it doesn't get better looking than this.
Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Okay, so here comes the offense for the first time today. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he
Getting things started here.
watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
Anyway, this is our last game of the day. We're about to finish up here.
Now on first down from the 30. He wants to throw. He lost it.
Airing it deep. It's going to be intercepted.
Into trouble, and he finds trouble.
And he falls over.
You know, after watching that,
Doesn't have anywhere to go, but that's a pick.
two-hand
And Middle Tennessee's on the field for the first time. Blue Raiders playing their final game in the Sun Belt. They have a Conference USA membership beginning next year. Middle Tennessee, independent for a few years in the late 90s, early 2000s. They were a charter member of the Sun Belt's football branch in 2001. Gonna air it out there. Incomplete. He's going to run it himself for a first.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The offense set for a first down play. They'll run it from the gun. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling because
It has been all Middle Tennessee thus far with the pick and how they've been able to just cruise down the field. I didn't notice that they just used the South Alabama end zones. First time I've seen that. Incomplete.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. Third and short from the 45. They'll try to bully their way for the first. This might depend on the spot, but I think he's going to come up just inches short of converting that third down. And here comes the punt team.
They'll have to punt it.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw.
Throwing it up there. It's caught.
Over the middle. It's
And that's another first down.
the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beat. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. The give to the tailback. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Trying play action.
Looking on 2nd and 6. He'll throw it over the middle field. It's intercepted again.
It's on the way. It's picked off. Not a lot on the return. But
And another pick for the Blue Raiders.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Fumble. It's Austin P who's got it.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
I love that play call. I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Got a man. It's Williamson. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Takes the easy completion. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter.
All right, they're going to hand it off. No, they're going to keep it. Quarterback keeper to the 12-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
World of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, just watching this QB in the run game, he's going to break one. At some point in this game, he's going to break a home run. Defense did a nice job getting him down there, but this guy, I'm telling you, he's just a play away from taking it to the house. Keep letting this guy do his thing.
From the gun, the ground game.
On a handoff. This game's still scoreless as it gets 1st and goal to 4.
They get closer and closer.
But that might change.
Showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
First and goal from the 4 as they try to break the seal on the scoring. Looking to throw. They're bringing him
And he's going to be sacked. What a hit.
back. Goes down at the 11-yard line.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone.
There's a flag on the play.
But there's also a flag on the field. Let's see
A
what
holding penalty. That's going to back him up. It's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 20.
holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. On the move.
Trying an option play. Not a lot.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Oops.
You know, I really like this QB running with football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn
Screenplay thrown on 3rd and goal. Not going to get there.
play that screen nicely.
They'll get to about the 10 though.
Find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing he's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally.
They'll try a field goal.
Job by the defense.
And they'll take the lead with it.
Goodwin splits the upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is true. Middle Tennessee trying to correct that mistake. And they're going to have a hard time doing it if they keep getting stopped like this.
Four on the carry. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Leaves it with the
Stopped.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They're going to open this drive with a pass.
Going to air it to the sideline. Caught at the 50.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Let's see what they've got on second down. The play action fake.
On play action. Has a man open to the 25.
His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. You get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch so much easier for these quarterbacks and receivers.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's first and 10.
Just get rid of it on first and 10.
Pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. And here comes the offense on second down. He'll just keep slinging it. This time he's got his man.
Third and 4 from the 20. Last drive ended with a field goal. Can they make it a 6-0 game before halftime at least?
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass.
Gonna air it. He's got the end zone. Touchdown, Governors.
With the sticky fingers and strolls in with the sweet feet for the touchdown. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an edge of your seat type first half, or as they call it there in Mobile, just another typical 68 Ventures Bowl. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the 68 Ventures Bowl.
All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out.
All right, we're in the second half. It's 10-0 Austin P.
And they stop him at the 21. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit still
Flag is down.
wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that
It's
takes
a
pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room,
ineligible receiver.
they need to get themselves motivated and ready to go because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I really like this slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
To the air, it's Battiato.
Blown up immediately on the grab, but he can't hang on.
By the hit. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions.
3rd and 12.
Back in on this drive. Trying to move the sticks on third down.
He's going to be sacked.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I gotta protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
They bring the punter onto the field now. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch is made, but there is laundry on the deck, so we might be having a do-over. Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
They might do it again.
So the
They will get the ball back.
and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps its drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. They think there's room to run to the right here.
Tries to run it on the right side. Nothing to gain.
No pickup at all on that play.
Great job at contained by this defense, and in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, going up top. Got his man on the right. At the
Biggest play for Middle Tennessee thus far in terms of offense.
got it to the
Get him back in to Austin P territory.
That wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
wide receiver shows motion. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake.
Gonna air it up there. Has a man open on the sideline. 1st down inside the 7.
And that's just nice patience and a great route. One-on-one, working the defender, taking his time, getting out of his break, locating the football, and making the catch just in time in bounds.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and
Gonna run it. Touchdown. Blue Raiders.
touchdown, Middle Tennessee. Great example of how a second half can really change everything.
Gonna throw it. Has a man open to the 50. Down inside the 45.
Before that completion gets him 30 plus.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside.
Shotgun handoff. Gets about a yard.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw.
In traffic. Nobody's got it.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. That's caught. It's Williamson.
At the end of 3, there's the whistle. 10-7, Austin P leading the final game.
When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. And
He's got it.
57. What a beauty.
A 57-yarder right through the pipes.
Hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
And the controller has been disconnected.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. He'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's stuffed by that big
Stopped.
tackle up front.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Spatiato.
Gonna throw it up there.
Got his man quickly.
Gonna be a yard short of the first.
Pick up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
They'll
Oops,
try
sorry.
to move the chains on
3rd and 1.
27. They'll try to run for
That's enough for 1st down. Cutting pass to the 40. Down to the 38-yard line.
move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
Oops, I didn't know the thing went on.
Right? Everybody thinks
Thanks, Laundry.
Welcome back. 1st and 10.
way out to the right.
Yep, moving back to Orlando tomorrow, so I'm doing laundry.
We're almost done.
The running back, you could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They'll throw it on 1st down.
Over the middle of the field. Sheds the tackler.
It's Stewart.
And they're into Austin P territory. A touchdown and PAT gives them the lead.
When offenses run these slant routes, it's about putting the ball right on the numbers, and defensively, I got to be able to take those angles right away, see where he's at, break on the football,
motion in the backfield. Comes out throwing on first down. Got him down.
Got a man open. Still on his feet. Down to the 10.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Wants to throw on
Gonna throw it to the end zone. Touchdown. Middle Tennessee.
a score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
On to attempt the try.
Extra point attempt. Up and good.
Extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5.
And with 2:30 to go.
Running room, but none.
Austin P down 1. Trailing for the first time today.
It's a one-possession game in the fourth. He'll come out throwing on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Young.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The completion short of the sticks, it's second down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. We have reached
At the
2-minute
end.
and time is up.
We're in the end of this game here. The end game. 14-13 at the 2-minute warning. Austin P playing from behind.
Could be the biggest play of the game so far. Third down and 2.
Any updates on the D2, D3, or F6?
I have not gotten to get those done yet. There's a first down.
They'll finally catch up to him.
Championships are coming up.
For a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Are they this Saturday?
Yeah, I've been busy doing the, well, the streams primarily.
Wait, no, it's next Saturday, right? Right?
Yeah.
To the air on first down.
We're gonna do one big day of streams or separate between several?
We're gonna split it between the other championship games in the afternoon, and then that night we're gonna do the big one.
Play from him so far, but right now, lights out on this 2-minute drive. 3 for 3 so far. He's got this offense humming.
The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Fires left.
Has a man open inside the 15.
In there. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Really effective concept against the zone there. It helps all the more, David, when you have a tight end that can get downfield.
No doubt. Take your tight end, put him in the slot. Makes it easier, better matchup. Now he's got a good
Dropped.
route. You can tell. Sticks his foot in the ground, quarterback puts it up there. Know he's got zone. Know he's got the big fella. He goes up, catches the football, makes the big game.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The aerial assault continues. Quickly complete. And how easy was that for this offense? Tight end just wide open on the outside.
And Reese, one thing, I know this defense is concerned with all the speed offensively they've got at the wideout position. You can't forget about the tight end. There's no way that guy should be that wide open on the perimeter of the field.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll run it from the gun. And he's not going to get there.
Time out, Middle Tennessee.
Ball
So now they'll have to try a field goal here if they want the lead. And they will. That means with a minute left, you have to give it back to your rival. Kick is up and good. So a minute to go. They can win it.
You got to give this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock. You have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put your team up late in the game, and he absolutely drilled it. What a moment for that young man.
That last field goal put them on top, and now this kickoff unit needs to cover well because it only takes 3 to beat you now. And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. They're going to throw it to start the drive.
On a throw, it's dropped.
The physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Dropping back, it's Battiato. Throws to
Lifts it up, has it been open to the 40. Final timeout for the Blue Raiders.
and that is plenty to give him a first down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Going up top on first down. Coming after.
He's going to try running with it, and he'll get about a yard.
Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
Here comes the spike with about 20 seconds to go.
Try to save as much time as they can. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Feeling some heat.
You'll just get rid of it. And this will be the last chance for Middle Tennessee.
On third down, fourth down coming up.
That one fell incomplete, but they know they're only one big completion away here from getting that field goal they need so bad. They have time.
A field goal would win them the game.
Or use the sideline to stop the clock and put them in position to win this game.
But they need to convert here. Last chance. He's going to throw it. Has the man open. Are they going to have enough time to spike it?
Downfield. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
I don't think they will. And with the way this game runs off the clock, it's going to be ball game. Austin P is going to get their first ever bowl win.
Keeping the American undefeated in bowls.
And that will do it. Our final game of the day in the books. Tomorrow we have 4 more bowls coming your way. The Birmingham Bowl, Navy taking on Rutgers. GoDaddy.com Bowl. This was Dollar General Bowl, excuse me. This is Dollar General Bowl. GoDaddy Bowl is up tomorrow as Arkansas State takes on Western Michigan. Eagle Bank, Kennesaw State, and Stephen F. Austin. And we wrap bowl season with the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, Central Arkansas, and Cal State Fullerton. That's going to do it for us here today. Thank you all so much for watching, and so long from the 2KU.